Just when we think that science has uncovered everything about dinosaurs, new findings come along to challenge our perspectives. A newly unearthed dinosaur fossil has not only revealed details about this species of dino, but also provided clues to how it lived in what was once North Africa. Here's everything you need to know about the discovery. Welcome to my channel. Don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and hit the notification bell icon to get updated with everything about dinosaurs. The fossils were unearthed by a team of researchers at the Kem Kem region of Morocco. This area is known for its wealth of Jurassic fossils. And while scientists have been excavating this site since 1966, they never came across anything quite like this before. The fossils were found over an area of approximately 25 square miles, according to lead author of the study, David Hone, from the Queen's University of Belfast. The newly discovered fossils consist of a complete skeleton without the skull, which includes the ribs, the backbone, and even the pelvis. They also include several pieces of the dino's skull, including the upper jaw and some teeth. Based on these remains, experts believe that the ancient creature weighed approximately 2.7 tons and measured almost 33 feet long. It was also bipedal, meaning it walked on two legs, and it was extremely fast, clocking speeds of up to 43 miles per hour. For a while, scientists thought they had found a new species of Allosaurus, which is a carnivorous theropod dinosaur that roamed the Earth between 150 and 145 million years ago. However, after carefully examining the specimen, they realized that it actually belonged to a previously unknown group of carnivores. The newly discovered species belongs to the C. megalodonidae family, which are relatives of the famous T-Rex. However, unlike its ferocious cousin, it was much smaller and more slender. The species has been named the C. megalodonsteros macheros. It gets the first part of its name from the French word couverte, which means bushy tail. It gets stegoros from the Greek word stego, meaning roof, and ara, meaning tail. Finally, macheros comes from the Greek words machia, which means to fight, and chair, which means hand. So put together, the full name translates to broomstick hand warrior. Quite a fitting name for such a fierce creature. This ferocious beast lived during the late Jurassic period, which lasted between 163 and 145 million years ago. At the time, the area where the fossil was unearthed was situated in what is now known as the Atlantic Ocean. However, there was no water in sight when the C. megalodontidae family roamed this region, as it was connected to other continents via land bridges. This meant that the creature didn't live very far away from other types of dinosaurs, such as the famous Diplodocus and Stegosaurus. Although this dinosaur was much smaller than other carnivores of its time, such as the Allosaurus, it was still an apex predator. This means that it sat at the top of the food chain in its ecosystem, and hunted some of the largest plant-eating dinosaurs around, according to Dr. Ismail El Ustadi from the University of Mohammed I. The small size of the theropod suggests that it occupied a different ecological niche than the large hypercarnivores that existed at the same time. This means that it may have preferred to hunt smaller prey, or may have scavenged carcasses, rather than hunting large animals. The results of the study indicate that the theropods appeared in North Africa earlier than previously thought. In fact, the researchers stated that their findings suggest that the ancestors of the C. megalodonidae family arrived in the region at least 10 million years before the more famous T-Rex. This is great news for those who want to find even more fossils in the area. As experts have yet to discover any evidence of dinosaurs living there before this could mean that the Kem Kem region holds many secrets waiting to be uncovered. Speaking about this, co-author of the study Nitzer, Ibrahim, said, "We have barely scratched the surface of exploring the richness of dinosaur fossils in Morocco. Our team's discovery of the new carnivorous dinosaur adds to the growing list of unique dinosaurs that lived in the Moroccan Middle Atlas. Now that we know the theropod dinosaurs were among us much earlier than we thought, experts are hoping to find other members of the C. megalodonidae family in the area. If this proves successful, it will shed more light on the development of theropods and their evolution into one of the most fearsome creatures that ever roamed the Earth, the T-Rex. While the idea of uncovering a dinosaur fossil is exciting, it can also be challenging. This is because many parts of skeletons are often missing when scientists unearth them. In some cases, all that's left behind is a single bone or a collection of teeth. The fossilized remains of the Stegoros macheros were exceptionally well preserved. While some bones were missing, they were able to find every other part of the skeleton, including the skull, which is rare to find in one piece. It took the research team 3 months to carefully clean and remove the rock from the fossilized remains. Once they finally got a good look at the fossils, they noticed something peculiar about its teeth. They were serrated and closely resembled those of the T-Rex. However, upon further inspection, they realized that the teeth were much thinner and longer, which indicated that the dinosaur was a different species altogether. Its teeth also curved outwards, which suggested that it had strong jaws and a powerful bite. These characteristics helped the team to classify the animal as a type of theropod. Theropods are a diverse group of dinosaurs that lived between 230 and 66 million years ago. Many of us may not realize it, but birds are actually theropods too. That's right. All modern species of birds are descendants of the famous velociraptor. Theropods came in all shapes and sizes. Some were small, while others towered over humans. The C. megalodontidae family consisted of medium-sized theropods that grew to be around 30 feet long. The research team believes that the theropod was extremely agile and used its long arms to hold on to prey while it hacked it to pieces with its razor-sharp teeth. Unfortunately, the team couldn't determine whether or not it had feathers. However, other theropods did have feathers, so it's likely that our new friend did too. Maybe it was a dashing, handsome dinosaur with a fine set of plumage. Thanks to the exceptional preservation of the fossil, experts could also learn more about the dinosaur's life. They found that it suffered from osteoarthritis, which is a common form of joint pain caused by wear and tear. This is important information because it tells us that the dinosaur experienced joint deterioration during its lifetime. Scientists are unsure whether this was due to an injury or overuse, but either way, it's one of the first pieces of evidence showing osteoarthritis in a carnivorous dinosaur. To determine the age of the dinosaur, researchers looked at the bones in its lower back. These bones fuse together as the individual grows older, which makes it possible to tell whether or not they were an adult. In this case, the bones had not fused, indicating that the dinosaur was relatively young when it died. Experts aren't sure exactly how old it was, but believe it was between 15 to 20 years of age when it passed away. It was also likely around half the size of an adult at the time. There are several theories as to why the dinosaur died, but according to the research team, the most likely cause of death was illness. They found several abnormalities in its bones, which are consistent with a systemic disease. This means that the theropod probably became sick and died rather than being killed by another animal. Experts hope to continue excavating the area where the fossils were found in the near future. They're eager to uncover more prehistoric bones and determine just how early theropod dinosaurs lived in North Africa. They also want to find out if the theropod had feathers and get a better understanding of what life was like for these magnificent creatures millions of years ago. What do you think? Let us know in the comments below. Be sure to check out our other videos too. And don't forget to subscribe and leave your thoughts. We'll see you next time.